tired, Carl. We're
We
only
are
like
on
a
the-
minute late.
We are on the sweetest time, Carl. Huh? Yeah.
My God, what is this madness I'm seeing?
I know. We brought Otis in. Ah, there's Cindy.
Cindy.
Oh my God!
Well, we got Otis and Cindy.
I know. I was the substitute. Now all of a sudden,
Cindy!
Hi,
There we go.
I'm sorry, I just was rushing to take my son's friend home.
Okay, it's okay.
all right. We need to put up a warning. Can we do that?
Oh, we are putting up a warning. Give
All
me
right.
one moment. If you want to read it, Otis. Wait,
I
no,
will.
don't say bye, Ray. Don't say bye.
Stay, Ray. Stay for a
Hi,
moment.
Ray!
I haven't had a chance to say hi to anyone yet. Okay, ready?
I'm sorry, I'm
And
saying hi to everybody.
warning: the following video contains explicit. I see. I'm drunk.
Would you like me to do it for you, Otis?
You know what? That I take that as almost a an insult to me.
No,
Hey.
stop it. Stop it.
Hold on, no, hold on. The following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for snowflakes. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only, and not snowflakes.
No
Not
snowflakes.
fucking
Right.
snowflakes.
All right.
All
What's
right,
happening?
there we
How's
go.
everyone doing?
What are we talking about tonight?
We're talking about Arthur Shawcross.
And his killer
You guys
wiener.
know I have been dying for this for so long.
I've done a podcast. You don't listen to my podcast, apparently, Cindy, do you?
Anybody's, and then everybody gets pissed at me because I'm not a good sharer.
Oh,
And-
nobody.
No, yeah, you're not a good listener either because you didn't listen to my podcast.
Well, Otis, you listen to mine?
Yes. Actually, my first, you gave me a reading and
Yes.
told me some. Actually, you were dead on with that.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I think we should at least greet people.
Otis, you're making me
So-
warm all of a sudden. I gotta take my jacket
Hi,
off.
Natalie. Hello, Carl.
Carl.
You're not that late. Hey, Pogo, what's up?
Pogo.
And Mrs. Pogo.
Mrs. Pogo.
Ray.
Does that mean Pokemon Go?
No, like Pogo.
No.
Pogo
no.
the clown.
Like Pogo the
is
Clown.
also what we use for
Right.
Pokemon
'Cause-
Go player.
I mean-
Hey, does
can also
Pogo the
be
clown
that
mean
one.
like?
oh,
Hello, Ray. Hello, Maud.
Hi, odd mother.
Hello.
hi, Odd.
Hello, Genevieve.
Hi, Jillian.
Don't you leave, Ray.
No leaving, Ray. Hi,
Hello,
Jillian.
No leaving. I'll leave.
Hello,
No,
Dom.
no. Hello, Dom.
Hello. All right, we've gotten through the hellos.
Snowflakes need not apply, Rob says.
No snowflakes
that.
need apply. I like that,
Need not
Cindy.
apply. Good evening from the Porterville Pervs. That's fantastic.
Oh, hey, Dina.
Porterville, represent.
So
That's like an hour from us.
That's
Oh, this is really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
That's
banjos in
awesome.
Porterville. No joke. There's
My
a
Carl
lot
moved,
of
and I say my Carl because he's my work BFF, and he moved. He got a wonderful woman. Thank you, Dina.
Aw,
And he
congratulations.
moved. And they're
God,
getting
I'm
the
I'm
Murrayed.
just gonna cry all over myself.
They're getting the Murrayeds.
They're getting the Murrayeds. They got the bad case of the Murrayeds.
Hey, did anybody grow up watching Archie Bunker, All in the Family?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Ow,
right.
fam,
So
like
when something, that's why I did that.
Is it okay if I eat?
Sure. I mean, we won't judge you for having to, put nutrition in your body. We
Well, I
won't
don't know
judge you
if
for that.
anything about what I'm eating is nutritious. It's
Archie Bunker, just to sum up my shit. Archie Bunker, every time something would sound like bullshit, he'd go,
I remember that.
and that's why I did that.
John L.
Just you know.
Hi, John.
Hi, John L.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I need to share this though.
Thank you. So tonight we were going to talk about Arthur Shawcross. So Arthur John Shawcross, also known as the Genesee River Killer, was an American serial killer. Genesee, sorry.
It's okay because it's Genesee River right here in Rochester.
Okay, right. Genesee River Killer was an American serial killer active in Rochester, New York, where somebody is from. His first known murders were in 1972 when he killed a young boy and a young girl in his hometown of
Watertown, New York.
Yep. And
he didn't like to talk about that a whole lot. I'm sure you will get into that.
Did not.
Yes.
He, under the terms of a plea bargain, he was allowed to plead guilty to one charge of manslaughter, for which he served 14 years of a 25-year sentence. He killed most of his victims, though, between 88 and 89, after being paroled early, which actually led to a lot of criticism for the justice system.
Huge uproar.
He killed about 11 women between that time. And let's see. Oh, so his girlfriend drove a sky blue Dodge Omni. And that is the vehicle that he actually used the majority of the time to go pick up sex workers.
A fucking Omni?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, if you're gonna pick up sex workers, I mean, what better car to do it
than in the station? Was it
than a fucking
line, right?
Omni?
That's just like they were just like Chevettes back in the day. Come on,
you're
Right, man. I got. You know what? Hey, don't shit on Chevettes, man.
Don't shit on Chevette.
I got my first car accident in a Chevette. I was like 8 years old, man.
So,
all right, go ahead.
I will say, a lot of the information that I was able to grab up is actually from biography. There wasn't a whole lot of just like real information out there about him, which is really odd considering.
It is odd considering that
he was pretty prolific.
Yeah, and a lot of people talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's partially because. I don't know. Maybe it's because he laughs during most of his interviews. Maybe it's because, I mean, he is just, there's nothing redeeming about him.
A lot of his stuff.
The thing is we also have to mention that he was not an intelligent man.
No.
He really had a much lower IQ. At some points, they thought he was.
I'm right here. You don't have to talk about it.
Otis, we are not talking about you. You are much too intelligent.
No, go ahead. No, you're right. Yeah.
Well, also, so one of the things that he actually went on record saying was that he was molested as a child.
Yes,
but his parents dispute
I have
this.
To tell you, that was huge here in Rochester. Like when that bombshell, because there were so many of us literally watching our TV sets. Because this was goddamn huge in our area. I mean, another serial killer in our midst. And it was huge. It was absolutely
huge. You had what, ABC out there?
The Hillside Strangler.
We had the double initial murders in 77. Or 71, excuse me, the double initial
77, you had Son of Sam.
Right, Son of Sam, but that wasn't here in Rochester.
That was in the city in the big blackout, right?
But here in Rochester alone, I swear to God, we are the Mecca for teaching serial killers how to be serial killers.
Sorry, we lost connection. My bad. No, I'm kidding. Because you're in. Sorry.
Yeah, so it was a big deal when that broke that he had been molested, because there had not been information like that about serial killers that had been, that they had brought up at their trial. Like that was a big deal for us in this area.
Well, one of the big things was that his parents actually dispute the fact that he was saying he was molested, but they would say that it was so clear that he was a troubled child.
I don't
They
know.
would say, "Oh, he was such a troubled child."
What was he troubled by if it wasn't,
They know
sexual? I mean, of course, there's other things he could have been troubled by, but
well, yeah, but it would really venture to say that if they were so observant that he was a troubled child, why wouldn't that be an option?
It's clearly something did happen, but it wasn't with his parents.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe
think
that's why they're contesting it.
Yeah.
dirty uncle.
Well, I
wouldn't
thought
surprise
it was a dirty aunt, actually. I thought it was an aunt that actually forced it.
It was an aunt, actually. When he was 9 years old, it was an aunt who had sexual relations with. Oh, and
No, his mother anally penetrated him with objects, and his aunt,
okay, that's right.
his
Oh, my
aunt
God.
performed oral sex at 9, and then had sex with his sister as a teenager.
There was also the
Yes.
fact that his mother kept, this is going to be one of those odd things, where his mother kept taking him to the hospital because he had an abnormally large wiener for a kid.
well, so
Yes,
okay.
this is actual.
Nothing my mom took me to the hospital for. I can tell you that right now.
You see my dad?
My wife can verify that I do not have an abnormal.
Sorry, I saw a black cat. I went, ah!
I know. I have to skin it for him. I don't let him have the. But he wants my
outside.
chicken nuggets.
Are we talking about circumcision?
I had to skin the outside.
It says skin it.
We're talking about circumcision. I had to skin the outside of the chicken McNugget for the cat. It was a circumcision.
Well, so early life.
Up on my lap. He doesn't do that. He wanted that fucking chicken nugget.
He's all, hey, mom. You know you're looking really beautiful today, particularly beautiful with that chicken nugget in your hand.
I cannot believe he did that. First of all, that he came up and you guys could see him, number one.
He's all,
Number two, he literally got on my lap to get that chicken nugget from me.
hey mom, I see you're stuck in this dryer with a chicken McNugget. Let me
Oh God!
get up on this.
Okay,
All right,
so
all right. I may have to leave right now. And if you keep talking that way, Frank.
all right, so his early life. He was born June 6, 1945. Excuse me. He was born in Kittery, Maine, and his family moved to Watertown.
Yep,
which is
right up north.
Near Lake Ontario.
It's right. It is actually north of where I live, about 2 hours.
Okay. And so he claims that his adolescence was very turbulent. The city and cites a difficult relationship with both parents, particularly his extremely domineering mother. He says that he also exhibited behavioral problems at an early age, including bedwetting and bullying, and he had made statements about early sexuality, claiming that his aunt molested him when he was 9. And then we had also mentioned that his mother was sodomizing him with objects.
Yep.
And are you okay there?
Sorry, I've jokes that are inappropriate.
Say him. It's
Okay. My brain just went to Cannibal Corpse, so
My brain went to Marilyn Manson, but we can't say
Right.
it because we'll get banned.
you mean
I'm not
time for
going to be a
Keegan?
part of that. Please continue, Liz.
Hey, we just can't say the first part. We can say cake and sodomy.
something, down something.
Down on your knees. Time for cake and sodomy.
All right,
that's
his
brutal.
mom choked his cock.
Oh my
I'm just
All
gonna
right,
give me 1 second here. Give me
We're
1
gonna give
second.
you-
Warning!
There
Trigger
you
warning!
go. Explicit warning. You didn't
Oh,
already.
man.
wearing me.
Is that what child rearing means?
I mean, his mom didn't his mom like suck his cock.
Yeah, actually.
All right. So I'll say it.
His,
All right.
maybe it's
I know
abnormally
why you
large
guys
cock for a
brought me
kid.
in on this.
So, he also had sexual relations with his younger sister.
She
also
sucked his cock too.
admitted to having his first homosexual encounter at the age of 11,
With his
which
brother?
he said
What?
was followed by experimentation with bestiality.
Bro,
Oh,
just
hold
hitting
on.
all levels
Hold
of
on.
serial killers
Hold
right
the
here.
Yeah.
fuck on. His first homosexuality.
Followed by bestiality.
And okay, so was it a boy dog?
oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ. Where's he going with this?
I'm just gonna drink my tea.
I was like, where's
I'm
this
gonna-
going with this? I was like, I didn't even think of that.
I
I
went
did
there.
not think of that.
Right.
That was actually funny.
So
Right. You guys can kick me off anytime.
you're
Oh, no,
fine.
you're staying. You are not getting kicked off here, sir.
In contrast to these claims, his parents and siblings maintained that he had a normal childhood, and the events that he described were all a product of his imagination. There is no way of knowing whose version is actually real about his upbringing.
If you think about it,
Stop
though,
real
so
fast.
I did psychology as what I was studying as my major in college.
Hmm.
Was it partying?
Well, what?
Was it
Oh.
Psychology.
sucking
The art of
dog
partying.
dick? I
No,
mean,
that's
what was
really
it?
not.
No red lipstick. No
Fucking
red
a
lipstick.
dick in the
Wait,
ass?
crap.
Or fucking
No.
a dick in the ass? See what I did there?
So, a lot of the things that you were describing as he was younger, the enuresis, which is bedwetting, the arson stuff, and the getting in trouble at school, and these are a lot of like signature hallmark signs of children that are abused. Like these are things like you keep going, and all of these little things keep adding up to a lot of things. Like holy shit, something's going on with this kid.
Exactly.
Well, it's them acting
So
out.
for his parents to say that, oh, this didn't happen,
Hmm.
it's kind of, really? Nothing happened? You're so innocent? Okay, all right.
That being said, though, is he would change the stories.
He
he
was a prolific liar. He really
Mhm.
was.
The issue with him is that he fabricated a lot of his stories on exactly what he did to these girls and stuff like that. And
Not only that, to
he
even
also
to
changed his
the
story
children.
so much, even with like his past experiences and stuff like that. That's the reason why they were like, we can't exactly be sure what happened here. There was some abuse. They don't know exactly what it was. And
Yeah.
the reason why I brought up the thing with his aunt, that was the one thing they were saying that like more than likely did happen.
Yeah.
So
Well, okay, so his school records actually verified that he had a particularly low IQ, a tendency to bullying and violence, and then came under suspicion for arson as well as burglaries. He dropped out of school after failing to pass the 9th grade, and a few years were punctuated with more violence, more jail sentences.
But he was in the army. I mean, he went to the military. He was in the military for a while.
Okay,
And
so
did
that
a
means
tour
what?
in Vietnam. And then
What is that? Okay, Vietnam. There you go.
he was in Vietnam and proceeded to say that he beheaded women and put their heads up for the Viet Cong to see, but they can't prove that any of that was actually true.
I didn't even grab any of that.
the reason why they couldn't
And
prove that was true.
that is actually true, Cindy. They did not prove any of that
Correct.
that happened. He came up with a lot of stories
Right.
about eating,
Yes, and cannibalizing. those-
right, and that
And
was never proved.
Not
He
only
was a-
not only cannibalizing those women and their genitalia, especially, he also said that he ate the genitalia of the little boy that he had murdered as well. So they don't know that any of that is the truth.
Yeah.
They-
Crack me up. Otis.
They
You cracked
proved
me up.
the fact that he was a clerk of some sort, and they're like, how was it that you were able to go out and patrol and do all this other stuff? Basically,
A
you're space
clerk,
entire-
a
Well,
clerk
okay.
of what? A
So-
clerk of pussy.
It doesn't
Like
really say what his
literal-
MOS is, Carl, but it sounds like he was a file clerk of some sort. basically in September of 64, he married his first wife, Sarah.
Trying to.
They had a son in October of 65. And then he was charged with unlawful entry in November of 65. And this ended up being the last straw for his marriage, even though it was like only about a year of a marriage. And they were soon after divorced. So his second marriage was would be followed by drafting into the army in April of 67. He was tainted by violence. He was his tour of duty was pretty short-lived.
You said tainted.
Taint.
Ain't worth it.
All right, I'm gonna have a joke about.
Well, okay. So basically,
That
his
ain't
second
right.
marriage. What I
That
should say.
just ain't right. All right, continue.
I should say. His second marriage was tainted by violence,
Yes, it was.
and
Say it again.
Okay, go fuck yourself.
and he was drafted into the army. The marriage was extremely short-lived. He went into Vietnam in October of 76. That's when he claimed that he murdered and cannibalized 2 young Vietnamese girls and several children while there.
Bullshit.
There's no corroborating evidence to support this. He
Bullshit.
claimed a combat kill total of 39, which, when investigated later, was also discounted as a fabrication.
Right.
Because he was a clerk.
That's right.
Yep.
Bullshit. All of it
Unlawful
was
entry is that
bullshit.
what his mom did. Oh, God.
Oh,
Carl.
I guess it's okay. We can make fun of the fact that he was done.
Because
Fuck him, man. I mean, why are we holding back?
sorry.
Man? I mean,
No, I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking around.
So, on his return from military duty in 68, he landed in trouble again when he was caught and convicted for arson.
you don't say.
Right, shocker.
Badooch.
He served 2 years of a 5-year jail sentence. So one of the things that you'll see with him throughout all of this is that he got off early from a lot of his jail sentences, and then he would just go and do things again.
Yeah.
Yes,
And they were escalating.
they were.
That's
like,
not
They
a lot
got
like
more
Charles
and more
Manson.
prolific.
Sorry, I'm on a Manson thing, man.
He's on a Manson kick. He's a lot like Manson.
Except for Manson did it all for the vagina. He didn't
He
want to
just
kill
liked.
anybody.
He just wanted pussy and LSD.
That's what he wanted.
Right.
And to make
I want to read that.
I do need to read that. And he wanted to make some folk music.
Right.
Anyone.
Love, loving everyone. I love. Oh, butterflies and banjos. Whatever.
Hey,
I don't know.
by the way,
Banjos? Is that? No.
Apparently, everybody is saying in the that's watching in some group thing. Otis, go fuck yourself.
I like the stir at the end of it, though. That
You
was pretty
ditched the
cute.
party.
They're telling me to go fuck myself.
They're naughty.
John
kids,
L was
that's
not
why.
going to say just that. I'm sorry.
She was saying it to something
She was
else.
saying it to another thing. Yeah,
That's right.
Natalie's right. He does kind of sound a lot like Henry Lee Lucas. Henry Lee Lucas had a low
Confessions
IQ.
Killer.
Yes.
He would
Yeah.
make up a whole lot of things that he didn't do. Now,
Right.
mind you, he did probably kill somewhere between 4 and 11 people.
I
Was
think
the
it was
the
lower than
final
that.
total?
I really believe it was actually lower than that.
It was more like 4, but they said eventually that it was something like 4 and 11, not 395.
Right.
Butterflies and banjos.
Why did I just think of freaking Reading Rainbow? Butterflies in the sky.
Yes, like John L was saying that about Manson, by the way.
Yeah.
So, one of the reasons that you and I totally wanted to do this is because my sister and her boyfriend at the time actually lived on Alexander
Oh yeah.
and literally 2 doors down from Arthur Shawcross. And my sister
I
said,
remember.
"Oh my God, I can't believe he was arrested. He was the nicest guy. He would go and drink and have beers at the bar with John," which was her boyfriend.
You
at
see,
the
that
time.
could be me.
It was the craziest thing. I mean, he was a nice guy to my sister and to people.
Right.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
She's like,
And
I
next thing
never
you
think he was
know,
a serial
bam!
killer. Never thought he would be a serial killer.
So
Motherfuckers are dead. All of a sudden, bam.
So basically, he served 2 years out of a 5-year jail term. He was released
before he was drafted. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he was released after. This was after.
Oh.
This is the one that was after, and it was in October of 71.
Yeah.
He was returned to Watertown. A year later, April 7th in 72, he claimed his first victim, a 10-year-old neighbor, Jack Blake.
Yeah.
He took him fishing just a few days before he disappeared, but denied any knowledge of the disappearance. A few weeks later, April 22nd, he married his third wife, Penny Sherbino, who was pregnant with his child. 5 months later, his victim's body was finally located, and the boy had been sexually assaulted and suffocated, but the police had no leads. No leads. He was later determined to be the very first victim. And so in September of 72, the body of an 8-year-old girl, Karen Ann Hill, was found under a bridge. She had been raped and murdered. The police found mud, leaves, and other debris had been forced down her throat and inside of her clothing. The neighbors remembered that Shawcross had been seen with her in the vicinity of the bridge before her disappearance, and that he had a history of run-ins with local children. So he was immediately under suspicion for it.
The interesting thing is bridges come into play later on.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, his demise.
There wasn't a whole lot of evidence in the Jack Blake death,
right?
But he did confess, so he would get a lesser sentence to the Karen death. So that was for manslaughter.
Jack Black died?
Huh?
Jack Black died?
Oh, no.
Jack Blake.
Jack Black.
So,
no, not Jack Black.
At this point, his third wife, Penny, divorced him.
Yes.
Obviously.
But he did have a girlfriend that lived with him in Rochester. Because my sister had met her too.
Wow.
Real fast to bring this up. Man. This guy, I know I brought it up that he did.
The system fucked up on this guy.
They fucked up on him on that, but for him
to have that. Well, the thing is because after he gets out from serving his term,
which he only did 15 years.
He had been all around New York, and they didn't fucking want him in their neighborhoods for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Their children would start disappearing, they thought, right?
To bring up something like that.
Hey, Tyler!
He has
Screwface!
Tyler!
Hot Tyler!
Vigo, Liz, Otis Claus, Spirit Lady, howdy!
Vigo, who is a Broncos fan.
I love it.
To bring up something like with him, like
I love it.
He had for having so many girlfriends and so many wives, the one thing that he had was ED.
A schlong?
Well, he had a huge wiener. He had a huge wiener, but he couldn't get it up.
Man. He didn't have the and his if you know what I'm saying.
A lot of guys, they have very large membranes.
Well, they end up getting lightheaded.
Well, not all guys. I have a kind of a small membrane.
Too much fucking blood to go to that place. So they say, listen,
I'm more like a 2-year-old brain.
They're like, hey, baby, you wanna...
But he did have ED. He did have ED, and a lot of his frustrations and stuff like that did come from that, which is the
really, I didn't know about it. I guess I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So
they didn't have pills back then. Go ahead, Liz.
He got out in 87. That was 14 years into a 25-year sentence.
Yeah.
The well-publicized resettlement of a child killer in the Binghamton area.
Yep.
Was greeted with public outcry. He was forced to leave the area after a few months with his new girlfriend, Rose Wally.
Stop real fast.
Why do I always...
What always come in during the weirdest things? He had a huge slug. Ho, ho, ho. Large penis.
I love you, Tyler.
Tyler's fucking rad, man.
Hi, Mr.
Tyler,
Giggles.
I got my own hat. You have a fedora. I got a Stampede hat. Go fuck yourself.
Hey. This is the best.
Good.
Right here.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it like a Barrett clip?
Yes, I
Oh my
ordered
God,
it
that's Rocky
from.
Horror, isn't it?
Yeah, and she sews
Oh my
them up
god!
herself.
Oh my God.
And
so
now, a
And
word
she did,
from your sponsors.
Well, yeah, right. The girl who made it was it's on Etsy. Sick in the Thread.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
That's
Please,
amazing.
Denver Broncos, sponsor us.
Yes,
Please,
please.
give us millions.
Right.
I just got spit on again.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say something. I'm like, where's his shirt? Because I don't see that you have it on right now.
Wait,
What
what?
shirt?
Because he's
Oh,
storing it
I'm wearing the shirt. I'm wearing the
Yeah.
serial killer shirt
Oh,
today.
you got the shirt too? Man, you
She
stole
stole my
Cal-
hat and he stole my hat
The
and
California Cheerios. Serial killer shirts.
shirt. I said she, so it's cool.
Cheerio.
it.
Cheerio.
So,
I just
His
have
past-
black on for the occasion.
his past basically meant that he was unwelcome.
Oh,
Oh,
I want
What?
that.
Awesome.
what the fuck? Hey,
I didn't mean to be the coolest guy in the room.
Nothing more than
Scurryface says, my hat compared to yours, Otis, I'm nothing more than a wish list Jetta.
Fuck off, Tyler. You fucking fuck.
He's such a
Dude,
cool dude.
I love
man.
you, brother.
You're awesome.
He's so fucking rad.
right.
So basically,
So funny.
Shawcross's past basically meant that he was not welcome anywhere.
Anywhere, like literally.
So
Yeah.
the authorities made a decision to seal his criminal record in order
Why
to
is
prevent
that?
a
Well,
recurrence.
I mean, why would they do that, honestly?
Apparently, it was to prevent a recurrence of the public alarm in Binghamton. Which
So they
I'm
were
sorry.
just worried about,
wasn't
people
just
being
Binghamton, though.
all,
There was-
I mean, it's Binghamton.
Didn't they actually
Bingham.
have-
I used to live in Syracuse.
Did you
All right,
really?
just outside of Syracuse for a couple of years. Yeah, I lived in a town called Marcellus.
Yes, yes.
You know where that's at? Yeah, right there by Carmelis or whatever it is. Right,
That's not too far from where I live. Less than 40 minutes away. 45
right,
minutes away.
and that is
Nothing great.
not like
Nothing's
a
great.
place that you need to really worry about anything. You could dump a body, man. You don't really.
You don't need to worry about it. You can dump a body, no worries. What
I
the
mean,
heck?
right? I mean, there's places to dump bodies, man.
Oh, God.
I'm
I was gonna say, we have
scouting
those
it
areas.
out.
We have
I'm
a giant.
sorry.
We have the
All
Mojave
right,
an hour and a half away.
don't listen
crack
to
me
the
up.
Night of the Living Dreads podcast.
So,
Listen to the Night of the Jurors podcast, please. Please listen to it.
so,
Can I bring up something real fast?
what?
Didn't Cindy, being that you lived there at the time, wasn't it kind of like the villagers coming after him with pitchforks and torches?
Why did I picture village
It was-
people?
The thing is we didn't know. We didn't know about all of his horrendous shit until after
In the
women
Navy.
started coming up missing. Like all of a sudden, all these
What?
prostitutes came up missing.
MCA.
It was the craziest thing because we were. I mean, not that we who were not prostitutes were worried, but it was still something to be scared of because you didn't want to walk around Rochester, down in the
Cindy,
streets and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Still a teenager.
Scurry face. I feel the sudden urge to dump a body, grow a large penis, avoid an STD, eat some chicken nuggets.
Right, and that's you know, I mean, you listen to me talk, and that's all that you want is chicken nuggets.
chicken nuggets.
Oh,
And then
cookies are the best.
Chocolate
cookie.
McDonald's cookies are the best.
Heavy.
I swear.
So continue.
Okay,
Continue, Liz.
So it was scary because we did not know what was going on.
Yeah.
And we weren't told.
Okay, I'm sorry, Cindy. I didn't know if you knew that we were doing a show here. All right, by the way,
If you knew that, but they were talking to me when you interrupted me.
I did interrupt.
Hey, Russ.
Russ, we just finished Jerry Springer.
Okay.
You know.
So, They
There you
moved
go.
Shawcross to Rochester,
Uh-huh.
and he married Rose,
Guess who
and
the
she
asshole
became
is?
the fourth wife. And he took several menial jobs. His lackluster marriage meant that he was soon seeking solace elsewhere, from both prostitutes as well as his new girlfriend, Clara Neal. And
Funny thing about all this, he gets. I'm sorry, I'll say it this way: he gets pussy, but he can't get it.
why did you edit yourself? He gets
Because I don't want Cindy to be like, "Fuck you, Frank."
No, don't worry. I've
the
said
thing is-
pussy a couple times.
Like
Don't
I
worry about
said,
it.
what you guys don't understand is he does not look like a serial killer. He looks just like a regular dude.
I do look
Very
like a
kind,
serial
he's not-
killer, don't
He
I?
has some kind of social ability
Can we?
where he can carry on a
Show the
conversation,
All right,
but he's not like.
man.
Oh my god! My tiny nips. That just made me
Fucking-
a little, I think.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking Tyler.
we're
Serial
talking
killer.
about Shawcross.
Arthur
All
Shawcross,
right. All right.
the giant wiener killer.
Giant wiener killer. As Cindy spits out her cookie everywhere.
Pussy is just a cat.
Pussy is just a cat. Some have ringworm. Watch out for those.
All right.
Is that an STD for a cat?
Ringworm? You get it from wrestling mats. That's what I know.
Okay, so it didn't take very long for
wrestling
Shawcross to
balls.
start murdering again.
Yeah, not long at all. Seriously.
So some
It wasn't long.
hunters actually discovered his next victim. It was a 27-year-old sex worker, Dorothy Blackburn. And this was in March of 88, March 24th to be exact. Her body was found in the Genesee River, dumped there following a vicious attack, which actually included bite marks to the
Genesee
groin
beer.
and strangulation. Very little evidence, though. There was no public outcry to solve the murder of a sex worker.
There wasn't.
There really
No.
wasn't. So her
I mean,
case.
because that was, think about it this way, it was 87, or 88, excuse me. It was right after winter. Actually, March is still very cold here. We still have a lot of snow here, and especially in the 80s, we still got a lot of snow.
March
and the
sucks
thing was-
usually.
I mean, the thing is that you had one missing woman that came up dead who happened to be a prostitute.
Yeah.
And it was horrible, obviously. But the thing is that it was a prostitute. Like that's
Yeah.
what the thought process here was.
For the record, I'm not
Another-
laughing at prostitutes. I'm
We're
laughing at
laughing
this.
You ever seen a cat wrestling on mats?
That is actually a
fucking nuts.
very good point, Cindy. A lot of crimes that happen. I've looked into a lot of serial killer crimes.
We were just talking about this.
The Genesee killer. You
Willie
look at
Pickton,
the
yeah.
Green River killer.
Yeah,
Willie
Dennis
Pickton.
actually, the Green
Rader.
River Killer actually started out here.
Yep.
Exactly,
They are from-
and
The Hillside
but
Stranglers
their
started out
victims-
there.
Yep.
Exactly, and their victims always seem to be, people who the populace, the general populace, wouldn't give a fuck about.
Right.
Mhm.
They were
Okay,
the
so they
people
were
on the
easy
fringes.
victims,
Absolutely. There were people on the fringes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
Exactly.
yes.
and when you have
Yeah.
one murder of a prostitute, who cares?
Oh
Mhm.
fuck 'em,
Right?
man! I made the analogy.
I'm not
all right?
saying
I made this.
Thought
all right?
process in the time frame, just so we're clear.
Oh.
I'm a feminist.
Here's my theory. I got a conspiracy theory. I'm making one up, and maybe I'm not even making it up.
Okay.
All right. What if
Yes, they do.
the you fucking
Fucking
fuck?
hell. Do kill people.
All right. What if the fucking serial killers were actually working with the police and getting the prostitutes off the streets. God damn it.
This is something we talked about the other day when we were talking about the Long Island killer.
Okay.
How it seemed like, since first off, they don't even have an actual solid person that could have been the Long Island killer. They have 5 people that could have been. They focused
it could have been
on
like
Hackett.
6 cops.
But
Am
the
I
ex-chief
bad guy?
of police is one of the suspects because he was shortly after his resignation, he was charged with crimes against sex workers.
Humanity.
He did 40... What was it? He did something like 46 months or something like that. Something weird.
Sorry.
Right.
And so he was actually...
against humanity.
What?
Oh, no, so go ahead. I was going to say that.
No, I'd say against humanity.
That was the Long Island serial
last.
killer? Is that who?
Yeah, the Long Island serial killer is a really crazy one, especially because they don't know who he is. I actually watched a Netflix special about... her name is... something Gilbert. Her last name was Gilbert.
Gottfried.
No. Gosh, I can't remember her name now.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
That really hurts my feelings. So, basically, I think her name was Sarah Gilbert or something. Shannon Gilbert.
Funny,
and
right?
she went missing. And she was supposed to come home and visit her mother that weekend, and she never showed up. And her mom didn't know that she was a prostitute. And she never showed up to visit. And
go figure.
She
whore
went out to say, or she went out to like try to file a missing persons report, and they wouldn't take it. And
That's
the only reason why they found some of the other victims
not like the
was
cock
because
in her throat.
a police dog was let out to take a shit and signaled that there were cadavers on the side of the road.
Yeah. I remember that.
To play off Otis's conspiracy, actually, bringing up a serial killer, Willie Picton.
Hi, Sykes.
In
Willie. Yeah, Willie.
In Canada,
not Pee Wee Gaskin.
Willie Picton. I can't remember his actual name, but what he would do was from the 70s until 2003, he preyed upon the First Nation, which is a First Nation prostitutes and stuff like that. Canada does not treat their Native Americans well in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of the First Nations women were prostitutes. And what he would do was he would go out there, bring them back to his ranch or to his junkyard, which, mind you, Willie Picton was a multi-millionaire, too, because they were very good with money.
I'll get back to that, John L.
He would bring them back there, butcher them and stuff like that, and rape and murder them, and then send their bodies off to the freaking the meat fucking factories. And a lot of the stuff that people were eating from Canada in the 80s were fucking prostitutes. No joke. This really happened. And then when people try to raise concerns about it to the police, when people try to raise concerns about it to the police in Vancouver.
Did you just touch me to stop me?
No, I just put my hand on your arm. I'm sorry. When people brought up concerns,
he was testing what the Soylent Green was going to be.
Yeah, he was. When people brought it up to the police in Vancouver, because one, it was prostitutes, two, it was people of the First Nation.
Right.
They turned a blind eye to it. They're like, we don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with actual real society. Willie Picton, go out and keep doing what you're doing. It wasn't until like in 2002, 2001 when they finally started taking a look at this. Mind you, this went on for almost 20 years.
That's crazy, Nat.
Yeah.
Well, so
I love it.
Okay, let me get to John L. Thank you. Let me get to John L. She says,
where does she live? I want to know what her town is.
We had a prostitute killer in my town. No one suspected him at all. One woman got away.
She lives in Delaware.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. She lives in Rhode Island.
And ended up reporting him for assault after a few women were already killed, which led to the police to look into him.
Yeah.
And Sykes says, "Did you hear the news?" I said,
"That's what I was curious about."
And no, I do not. I have not. Chandra says, "My put me to sleep voice." Otis.
Chandra loves you.
His name was Jeff M. Woonsocket, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Wow, that's craziness.
So, let me get.
I'm sorry, but in places like where you have like Austria, where they've actually legalized sex work and they've actually
Mallet.
basically made them into contractors and stuff like that. Austria, where they have very little crimes against sex workers,
because it's basically like having a license to.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally have
the
to
news.
take care of their bodies and make sure that they are tested constantly for
Hey,
disease and stuff like that. I mean,
you guys-
they take it seriously.
I know what the news is.
What's
the news?
Dom has 2 books.
Tom has a head on the voice changer. All right, well, we need to get with this.
That's hysterical. Dom has 2 books.
2. Count them. 2.
And he wants to take Cindy on a long walk on the beach with Popeyes.
God.
Popeye's chicken.
Oh, Cindy, you're going on a date with Dom.
God damn it! I got syphilis in my burger. I said only chlamydia and pickles.
Look, chlamydia and pickles actually sounds like a good fucking.
Don't label him.
That does sound like a Popeyes chicken sandwich, right? Chlamydia and pickles.
There
Can
you
I
go.
have no chlamydia and actually no pickles? Can I just get chicken?
Just the chicken with chlamydia?
No, I don't want any
I'm gonna stop
chlamydia.
this real
Goddamn
fast. Congratulations, Sykes.
Yes, congratulations.
Okay, now back to murder and mayhem.
Please, can we?
So, let's see. Okay, the discovery of the body of another prostitute, Anne Steffen, was on September 9th of 89, linked several of the victims together.
Yeah, there had been several at this point.
Yes.
I think this was like number 4 at least.
Well, this was kind of, it was probably 4 or 5 at this point.
Yeah.
She had died of asphyxia, and her body had been dumped in a similar manner to Blackburn's. Her body, however, was found far from the original murder scene. So, again, the possibility that a serial killer was at work was not recognized.
Right.
And I do believe this is the one that he choked with his dick.
Yeah, in a 69 position.
What? I never heard that. That's
Arthur bringing up his large wiener again for the short, fat man that he was, the abnormally large wiener that he couldn't get up. He got her in
shoved it down her throat.
He got her in a 69 position. She bit him. When that happened, he fucking put it in her mouth, shoved it down her throat, and wrapped his legs around her head and held it there until she choked to death.
That's a way to go, John Elson.
Yeah. Look.
Come on.
I'm not saying anything here, but this guy does have bragging rights now.
I got nothing.
Russ says at least human meat is edible. I mean, Dahmer put bones in the chocolate. I mean, that can't taste good.
Wait, what?
I mean, I can deal with that.
Excuse me?
But choking a bitch till... I can't even imagine being able to, my dick ain't that big, so...
Bet that was swampy.
Could you imagine? Oh, God.
We are a morbid crew,
That is the worst way.
We are so morbid.
Swamp ass in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted a actual podcast.
No. This is happening. This is our podcast.
This was just a social thing.
So, on October 21st, 1989, the body of a homeless woman, Dorothy Keeler, age 59, was discovered. Followed 6 days later by another prostitute, Patricia Ives, in the same area. Both had been asphyxiated, and the press started to show an interest in the cases that the cases were linked, and they nicknamed him the Genesee River Killer.
Right. Well, the thing is
in Russia.
There was only like 3 in 1988, and then 89 comes, and now there's more coming. So there was time differences between them in 88. So it's like you couldn't really, you aren't seeing the pattern yet. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And then as they're coming up in 89, they're like, okay, there's prostitutes, there's this woman, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we would have these things coming up that they were.
It depends on who you ask.
Hello in Russia.
Hi,
Hello.
Russia.
Hey, Dizzy.
Hi, Dizzy.
How busy?
So, let me scroll down here through some of my notes. He was actually assessed to be, they called it schizoid psychopath.
Right.
But I believe it's called schizotypal now.
Well, yeah, it's because he basically had the lack of emotions and stuff like that when it came to actually caring about people and stuff like that. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So, I actually have a list of the women he killed right here.
Well, can we get to before you do the list? Can we get to how he got caught?
I don't have exactly how he got caught on here.
I can tell you pretty much how he got
There you
caught.
go.
Go ahead, tell him because I'm going to say the same thing.
So he had actually dumped a woman here in Wayne County where I live. I live in Wayne County, and that's Monroe County. Rochester is Monroe County, and we live in Wayne County. So he dumped one body here in Wayne County, but he happened to dump them near bridges a lot of times. Well, they had started, like, there was an aerial helicopter looking and overhead, and they happened to see this guy near this bridge just like pissing off the bridge. And
he went back to visit the
he
bodies.
went back to where his dump site was, and they noticed that he was there. There's no reason for him to be there. But this is the thing. If you look at that list, Liz, as it came in 88, there were a few. But then in 89, like, and he started like back up in like, what was it, July or September? I think it was September, but he just kept like, it was all of a sudden like super fast. Like he's doing like,
he went into berserker mode. Yeah.
He went into berserker
he did,
mode,
like,
but
6 murders, like super fast, short amount of time frame. Like my thought was, I think he was ready to be caught. Like
it wasn't just that he was ready to be caught. He was sloppy to begin with. He was very sloppy to begin with, but
they didn't understand what was going on because they wouldn't even see see bodies sometimes.
You brought it up earlier that they didn't care about they didn't care about the sex workers and stuff like that. But after a little bit, they did start caring, and they started getting MO. And one of the things they got from that was his car and slightly who he was, and the body where he was pissing off a bridge at. They found the body, and they had an airplane going overhead, and they were like,
it was basically a police helicopter because they were looking at these places where the bodies had been dumped. They were looking for evidence and stuff.
And this guy, they were like, wait a second, here's the car we're looking for.
I'm sorry to interrupt right now, but it's fine. Das Vidanya, you can go. Bye-bye.
Wait, what?
Oh, I got a, hey, answer me. Okay, you lost. Yeah, Das Vidanya.
I was going to say that's Tyler. Tyler's fucking rad.
No. This guy.
Oh, yeah. This guy's a douche. Tyler, you're fucking awesome.
Tyler, you're awesome.
Oh, what an idiot. Who goes back and pisses off the bridge?
Literally, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. That's exactly what fucking happened.
Sean Run knows right where Fort Drum is. Fort Drum is right below Watertown, or right next to Watertown, because they're kind of like attached or something.
So I had to leave for a minute,
Did
we talk about the murders in Watertown
we have a Russian
that Arthur would not talk about?
It's okay. Hold on. You don't have to bring it up, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Did I interrupt you guys?
No. No, you're fine.
All right, God damn it! All right, I did. I have nothing.
You were telling us why you left.
What? No, I didn't tell you why I left. No, I was saying while I was gone, did you guys talk about
how he got caught?
We were starting to talk about how he got caught.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, man. I'm way behind. All right.
Well, okay. So one of the things I want to show is him with his family.
And his daughter's wearing a Bertram shirt.
No, that's his granddaughter.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
That's actually a prison photo. Would you like to know how I know this? Because I know that background. They happen to be, they do those backdrops in a lot of New York prisons. And when your family comes to visit, then you can come and take your picture. Just stand in front of that backdrop, and you can take your picture with them.
That is his daughter, the one with the curly hair. And then that's his granddaughter wearing a Burzum shirt.
The funny thing is about his granddaughter being that she's all in the metal, and at the time,
she was all stoked.
She was like, "My grandfather's a serial killer. This is so fucking awesome." I was like,
"That's crazy."
Wait till you grow up. You're gonna be like, and looking at the stuff that this guy did, and you're like, "No, it's not fucking cool. Go."
I mean, really though. I mean, honestly, Frank, I'm gonna call you out on that because. I don't know, man. If my grandfather was a serial killer, all right, and I'm not saying that it's just how I ended up, back then. If I figured that shit out, man, dude, I'd be intrigued as fuck.
No, I would too. I'm not gonna lie. I would be very intrigued by it.
So you can't be like, my.
But no, she was there bragging. This was an interview that she did directly after that picture, bragging about what she knew.
I've
about
seen her interviews. Yeah.
Well, so,
but us. I'm sorry, baby. But us, like,
baby.
if we found out,
blink, 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 blink. I saw that, Liz. Blink, 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 blink.
You said baby. God damn. How long have you guys been together, man?
Almost 4
Me and
years.
Jody been together like 20 years, man. I've never said that shit.
I'm sorry, but you're like, shut the fuck up.
I know. I mean, Jody would be like, I'm talking.
Yes, it's my Cthulhu cup.
I would never. I'm sorry. I don't.
Oh my gosh! I just saw Cthulhu cup tarot card set. I know.
Okay.
Them.
Right.
Okay, let me pull this back in. Let me rein this back in. In
Reel
November of 1990, Shawcross was tried by Monroe County.
Yep, Monroe County.
For 10 of the 11 murders. He pled not guilty by reason of insanity, with testimony from forensic psychiatrist Dorothy Lewis that he had brain damage, multiple personality disorder, and a dissociative identity disorder, and PTSD, and had been sexually abused as a child. She claimed that Shawcross moved into a separate internal personality named Bessie,
which was his mother's name, if I'm not mistaken. His mother's name.
Yeah.
Arguing for Shawcross to be institutionalized rather than being returned into the prison system again. He had served in Nam, which we talked about earlier.
Yep.
He was with the 4th Supply and Transport Company of the 4th Infantry Division. So there we go for his MOS.
4/4. That's my birthday.
Oh, wow. He told many outlandish tales of murdering and cannibalism and all the stuff that he had supposedly perpetrated, which, were then shown to be lies.
We call that bullshit, Liz.
Skinning them from their neck to their ankles and decapitating women and placing their heads on poles like like Vlad the Impaler. Basically, criminal profiler Robert Ressler reviewed the PTSD claim on behalf of the prosecution before trial. Ressler wrote that his claim of having witnessed wartime atrocities was outrageous and untrue. Prosecution psychiatrist Dr. Park Dietz said that he had antisocial personality disorder.
Sorry. Look at what's on
Do it.
In 1848, Otis was banging the high priestess while writing folklore.
Poor fucking baby, right? Yeah. Right on, Tyler.
Look at this.
Sykes, I got it at Earthbound Trading Company.
Wait, which one?
Your area, there is actually one Earthbound. I know that opened.
Oh, fuck them all. I mean, it's just me, man. Fuck them all, man.
So, his imprisonment...
Man, I'm trying to figure out my hat,
He was held at Sullivan Correctional Facility in Fallsburg, New York.
Yeah.
Before he died, by the way. So, he died
He recanted on his deathbed.
No, he did not
God.
I'm kidding.
So,
No, he didn't.
Russ put on there? Oh, my God.
Well, on November 10th, 2008, which was the date of his death, he started complaining about leg pain
Yeah,
in
I
the
saw
afternoon. He was taken to the medical center in Albany, where he went into cardiac arrest and he died.
Well,
Yeah.
it's blood clots. Look at his fucking weight.
Right, yeah.
What? Okay, hold on.
Bring it
There's
up.
a guy like that right now. He's deemed unfit to stand trial in Kentucky. Literally beat an 8-year-old with a shovel and raped her. All this 24 hours after biting a
God
woman's face and being
damn.
released.
That's
Were there bath salts involved?
Oh, that's
Right.
fucking brutal, man.
Are you sure that's not Florida?
It
Right.
doesn't-
I mean,
yeah.
are you sure it's not
Florida
like
shit.
Dayton, Ohio?
dude.
Oh,
You
by
have
the way,
no
one of my
idea.
next shirts is Greetings
Dayton,
from Ohio.
may be
Greetings
little
from Ohio.
Florida.
I
This
found-
is greetings
I'm
from
just
California.
saying.
This one's greetings from California. I found greetings from Ohio, greetings from New York, greetings from Wisconsin, greetings from Florida. I'm going to collect all of them. There's even greetings from Alaska coming up.
wow.
Russ, there's a special place in
Awesome.
hell for people who do shit like that.
So glad
I know.
everyone's joining in, man.
Apparently mentally ill, so he can't stand trial.
Murder him.
Kill him. Sorry.
Yeah.
He went after a kid. Fuck him up.
8.
Yeah, fuck them.
8.
And that's why we can joke about Shawcross, because fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That's what I'm
It
saying, man.
was absolutely crazy. I mean, I just feel like he was sloppy, but I really just feel like he was ready to be.
Why? What would you have done
Because
cleaner?
so quick.
I mean,
What did you
Jesus
say?
Christ, he was like
I'm
a
sorry,
sloppy serial
Oh,
killer.
this
I
made me
want it.
laugh.
I want
Right,
to
that's all I
insert
was in my head. Why would you have done it cleaner, Cindy?
So, we
Listen, I
know
would have
about
done it a
Jack,
lot
and we
different.
know about Karen.
The ones he didn't want to talk about because
The
those
two he didn't
ones
want to
was
talk about because they were the
ashamed
kids.
of.
children.
Oh, yeah,
But,
right, Waterton.
I would like to
Watertown, yeah.
mention the other victims.
The 11, isn't it?
The other 11
Sure.
I thought
victims.
that-
12.
12. I'm sorry,
I
12.
thought there was 12 because 11 were
So-
in Rochester and the 12th was here in.
Let's
Dotsie
go with it.
Blackburn.
Let's pay respects right here.
Well, real fast, like we do make fun and we make jokes, and I don't mean to frustrate you, baby. I love you so much, but we make jokes.
Fuck
like
him
that.
in the dick with a cactus.
Well,
But when
see.
it comes down
Wait,
to it,
where'd
we
it
do
go?
read the names, and we do try to like when we have names, we do read the names, and we try to like at least give
Yeah.
them respect.
I think
Gen
that's
Pop,
I thought
prison
that-
justice. Yes.
Yep.
So, Dizzy
Yeah,
said
Gen Pop was
one of my
took care
uncles,
of 'em.
my uncle, one of his murders he committed, he impaled a girl with a 6-foot serving spike
Ooh,
through her crotch all the way through the.
Oh my God.
Can we talk about this later? I'm curious now.
can you
Sure.
private-
Yeah, no, I'm real curious because
Yeah.
I
Where did he
thought I
pick his
really
victims
gave
in
it to my
Watertown?
wife.
They were- no,
and
okay, so-
apparently not.
The Watertown victims were the 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Right.
And
Yep.
then
Those were done. I mean, the rest, all of them were done out of like urges.
And
like
the-
that, but these were the 2 he had. Like he
Yes,
really
but the
did it.
thing is the little boy Jack was the only one who lived there. The little girl that she was just visiting
Oh.
on. It was a vacation.
Right,
She
the
was
little
only
boy
visiting Watertown.
he actually had a familial contact with.
well,
like,
he had taken
actually-
him fishing like
for
3
months-
days prior.
No, it wasn't a 3-day prior. It's like he actually had like I think a
No,
year or 2 of contact.
They're
with him.
saying they took him like 3 days prior fishing, like
Yeah.
like nothing, like it was no.
Hey Chanel,
Oh, hey Chanel.
Actually, now
I
right.
like you, Chanel.
Yes.
let's get to reading the victims' names.
And then okay, that's why I'm wondering how he got them. Yeah.
yeah,
They were kids. I'm not. So he was spotted with Karen, basically. At one point, like he was spotted near him. People recognized that he had been near her. So that's how there was the link to Karen, and that's how
Right.
they were able to get him on Karen because they weren't able to get him on Jack.
No, the only reason they got him for Jax is because he admitted
Confessed. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So the victims: Dorothy Dotsie Blackburn, age 27, disappeared March 18th, 88. Was discovered March 24th in 1988. Anna Marie Steffen, age 28, July 9th, 1988. She disappeared. Discovered September 11th, 1988. Wow.
Wow. Oh,
Dorothy
that was a few months.
Keeler, age 59, July 29th, 89. She disappeared. October 21st, 1989. She was discovered. Patricia Patty Ives, 25. Disappeared September 29th, 1989. Discovered October 27th, 1989. June Stott, age 30. Disappeared October 23rd, 1989, and was discovered November 23rd, exactly a month later, 1989. Marie Welch, age 22, disappeared November 5th, 1989, discovered January 5th, 1990. Frances Franny Brown, age 22, disappeared November 11th, 1989, discovered November 15th, 1989. Kimberly Logan, age 30, disappeared November 15th, 1989, and was discovered November 15th, 1989. This is his berserker mode, guys. So Elizabeth Liz Gibson, age 29, November 25th, she disappeared, was discovered November 27th, 1989. Darlene Trippy, age 32, disappeared December 15th, 1989, was discovered January 5th, 1990. June Cicero, age 33, disappeared December 17th, 1989, discovered January 3rd, 1990. Felicia Stevens, age 20, disappeared December 28th, 1989, was discovered
Felicia.
December 31st, 1989. I knew you were going to do that.
I knew it too. I was waiting.
Can I bring up something real fast? Reading it, we did an episode on Chikatilo. We did 3 episodes on
This
Chikatilo.
is so much easier to read, by the way.
This was because it's all in English. But Chikatilo, we had to devote roughly 45 minutes to read, or 40 minutes to reading off the list of names that he
That was
murdered.
partially because I couldn't pronounce them.
What that? But he murdered, I think it was like 50.
There were 53 different
53, yeah.
women that I was able to name off, and there was a whole other group of like 15
Yeah.
or so that they didn't have names, identities for.
It just went on.
Yeah. I mean, me and Jody did a podcast on him, and it was really fun talking about him being all crazy in the cage and everything. And Chikatilo. I mean, come on, that's a funny word to say, right? It's like, it's like Chick-fil-A, Chikatilo.
Whoa.
We had the same jokes.
Oh, see, right? You see where the jokes can come in. All right.
One girl survived being stuck through her body with a 45 railroad spike, and she testified what a great man he was. I think he's sick, but he's my uncle. And they called him
Dizzy.
Honda Dave.
Come
Dizzy, if,
Chikatilo.
On the Dave. That's crazy.
If you want a private message,
Struggle. Yeah, the struggle of pronunciation was real.
yes. Oh, I think Shauna was there for us. Dizzy, if you want a private message,
Oh, God, okay.
uh-oh, Cindy's frozen with the O face. Oh, it's gone.
That was kind of great. Oh, jeez, babe.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, Cindy,
That was it.
thank you so much for joining us tonight.
No, I
Otis,
had so much fun,
thank you.
guys.
Scotter Otis, Scotter Cindy.
Love you both. I don't have any
No.
alcohol in this. There should be whiskey, but
She's
you
on-
know. Antibiotics. Probably shouldn't drink alcohol.
No, do not. No. I am drinking sparkling love.
We're going to end this so we can actually turn the AC back on because it's fucking hot in here right now.
I would also like to take my blue eyebrows off.
Yes.
Make my blue eyes brown.
Right.
Sorry, I had to let
made
it
my
go.
brown eye blue.
A brown eye. Oh, fuck you, man.
Oh my god.
You knew it. I was trying to
Yes, I
pull out
knew
all
where you were
the
going.
No, I know
hidden
the song.
fucking. All right. Whatever.
I know.
All
the
right.
song.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Have
you
a
guys for helping
wonderful
out tonight.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone,
you
for joining
too.
us.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is Mr. Applewhite speaking. There is nothing wrong with your device. Join me here on Psycho Bunny DC. A delightfully dreadful consternation of horror content. Drink head and free your mind.